Hey guys, this is OddOneGaming. This is going to be another Raid Shadow Legends video. Today we're going to talk free-to-play and we're going to talk about specifically my Ultra Nightmare Clan Boss team. I've been doing, honestly, Ultra Nightmare, I think at least for the past week, and I just wanted to save this video because, by the time this video goes out, I will be traveling in a mini vacation in the UK, so I said, this is going to be something that does not have to be posted specifically on the day that I did it, but, it's good that I have it now. And, it's not the perfect team, it's not the best team in the world, but it is a consistent 4-key Ultra Nightmare team. And the champions that I'm using for that team are, as I mentioned previously, Miscreated Monster, Farrakhan the Fat, Geomancer, Sepulchre Sentinel, and the last one is, where is he? Last one is Deacon Armstrong. They're a little bit split because I did some other stuff, so, they're not at the top. And the whole team is kind of relying on the leech from Deacon Armstrong and on the decreased attack from Sepulchre Sentinel. So basically having them have those debuffs on the A1, which are, they're extremely important. If you have a killable team, you want to have decreased attack on all the time. If you don't have the decreased attack, the team's going to fail and, you're going to start dying pretty fast. So it's pretty unreliable. Yes, it's unreliable just having her do the decreased attack and just Deacon having the leech, because nobody in this team, as you can see on the sets, nobody has lifesteal. I'm only relying on the lifesteal from the leech from Deacon. However, the way that I thought about working around this one is by using Farrakhan the Fat with his ally attack. And obviously this one's just on a 4-turn cooldown, and this team is running on a 1-to-1 with Miscreated Monster and Sepulchre Sentinel going on a 4-3 ratio, which means for every 3 turns the clan boss takes, which is AoE A1, AoE A2 and the stun, Sepulchre Sentinel and Miscreated Monster get 4 turns, so they can come back to their skills. Like Miscreated Monster needs to come back to his ally protection, and Sepulchre Sentinel needs to come back to the increased defense and block debuffs. Because of the way that we are doing Clan Boss right now, we are currently not downing Ultra Nightmare. So, this is a temporary team, but I still wanted to do, you can see like a little bit of damage behind me, but we are not taking Ultra Nightmare down yet. So we're always facing Void Affinity, which means it's always easy for me, well, obviously, unless something bad happens, it's always easy for me to determine who the stun target is. And for me, for example, it's Farrakhan the Fat. And the way that I'm using this team, let me show you the presets. I don't have a key, so I have to go over here to show you the presets. So the presets that I'm actually using are as follows. For Deacon Armstrong, I do not use the A3 at all because I don't want the Terminator to happen. I don't want those extra turns. This is not what the team is relying on. I'm only using him for the leech, the decreased defense, and obviously his 19% speed lead, which allows me to drop the speed for everybody else by quite a bit. Farrakhan the Fat, I'm actually using... Oh, I even forgot. Did I not do it? Let me see. No, okay, it's this one over here. It's this one over here. Yeah, I guess I put that one, but this is the one that I'm using. So, Farrakhan the Fat, I have only using his ally attack and not using the A2. The reason for that is I want it to be as reliable as possible, in the sense of I want this ally attack to happen as often as possible, so I have the leech from Deacon and the decreased attack from Sepulchre, again, happening as often as possible. That's why he has the A2 locked. I'm missing on 2 poisons, the HP burn I already have covered with Geomancer, so I'm only missing on 2 HP burns from time to time, but that's not the end of the world. I'd rather have those important debuffs land because, I have Farrakhan in a reflex set, which means there's a 40% chance that he will reset the drop the cooldown by 1 turn. So he should have it at least once every, every 3 turns. He should have this ally attack to, give me a little bit of that reliability. Then Geomancer obviously has priority on the A3. Miscreated Monster priority on the ally protection. He's not the best out there, but actually Miscreated Monster can do a really good job with the ally protection. And the way that I have it go, you're gonna see in the run, because I'm gonna play the run. It's like 6-minute run. I'm gonna just speed it up and it's gonna be a little bit faster. But the way that I have it is I have Miscreated Monster using the ally attack, the ally protection before the first AoE. So we are covered for both the AoEs with ally protection. At the same time, I have Sepulchre not blocking the stun, but placing the increased defense for AoE 1 and AoE 2. So basically we have ally protection, and increased defense for both of the AoEs. So even if we're facing Affinity as an example, obviously the stun could go randomly, but if we're facing Affinity, we would still block the debuffs from Affinity, we're just never blocking the stun, we're taking it and we're tanking it. So that's the way this one goes, but I can also show you, I'm gonna have this posted in the description as well, and in the pinned comment to have, you know, the link again of the team that I'm using with the speeds. Let me just quickly show you how this one works in the calculator. So as I said, it falls into sync on turn 9. So as you can see over here, let me move myself to this side. So on turn 9, you see we have Sepulchre doing the increased defense, ally protection for miscreated monster. So we have all of the right buffs on the AoE one. Second AoE, we still have ally protection on everyone. We still have increased defense on everyone. So we're covered. And then when it comes to the stun, over here, you see we have only 2 people that have ally protection. And those are Deacon Armstrong and Ferric in the Fat. So obviously I want one of those 2 people to take the stun. That's the way this one goes, and the stun always goes to Ferric in the Fat, because I timed that with masteries as well, where I give Deacon Steadfast Mastery. I'm going to show you when we get to the masteries. I have that for him, because otherwise he will take the stun as he's the lead. You know, as long as everybody's HP are close to, you know, the same spot and nobody has increased defense, that's how it's always gonna happen. And you know, the stun will always go to Ferric in the Fat, unless I get some bad RNG and somebody doesn't heal up and is really low HP, then that person goes to, you know, get stunned. Obviously that can happen. It's not a perfect team, but it still gets me to do 4-key Ultra Nightmare. And honestly, I even did a 3-key Ultra Nightmare at one point, but it's, you know, it depends on the RNG. 4-key, I'm really happy for now. But yeah, the speeds are not too high, like 220 Sepulchre, 228 Miscreated Monster, those are the fastest. Then we have 168, 170, 168 again. So, you know, it's nothing too crazy. We do have to do some delays. I'm gonna show you in the run, but basically the delays are, you want to have the HP burn from Geomancer happening. I didn't put the delay, let me show you. You want Geomancer to do the HP burn over here, and you want Deacon to do the A2 before the second AoE. The reason for that is, you want to have, obviously you can get 3% resisted, but you want to have the decreased defense from Deacon happen before Miscreated Monster does his A2. His A2 is on a 3-turn cooldown. It's always going to happen after that protection, because this one's priority. So this one will happen before the second AoE, and this one gives us a little bit of a shield. You know, if we have increased defense, we do more damage. The War Master does more damage, therefore we have a bigger shield. It's not a massive shield, but it's still a little extra layer of protection that helps us out. So I'm going to play the run, and then we're going to come back, see the damage that we did, and we're going to discuss about the build. So see you in a bit. Okay, so here we are, 19.24 million. It's honestly not that bad. You know, it's a 6-minute run. It is what it is. I'm basically short, what, like 3 million, 3.5 million? Because if we look, Ultra Nightmare is 17.2 million. So 17.2 million, if we split that by 3, it means we would have to do 23.4 million to do a 3-key Ultra Nightmare. This is, you know, I could maybe do that by upgrading the gear or like, you know, changing some builds, finishing the masteries and all that. But for now, I'll take it. I'm not going to be working too much on this team afterwards. I'm just keeping the 4-key because I'm planning on using Reservoir, which obviously I recently fused, to try and get a 2-to-1 ratio team that's also hopefully affinity friendly, you know, and all the good stuff. So let's have a look at the builds of those champions. So, as I mentioned, Mid-Created Monster I have in a Stalwart set. This one basically takes 30% less damage from AoEs. Because he's the ally protector, I 100% want him to have Stalwart so he takes less damage on the AoEs. Otherwise, you know, he's gonna die. And these are his stats, you know, the right speed, good HP, good defense. I'd prefer defense to be a bit higher, but, you know, this is the best that I could. And actually give him a bit of accuracy because I'm using him in other areas of the game. If I only wanted him specifically for Clan Boss, I would not care about accuracy at all, and I could just pump more survivability stats. Then these are the masteries. Obviously, everybody's gonna have War Master and Life Drinker. And I actually went this side. I went Steadfast again to avoid the stun going to him. I went Shield Bearer because, you know what, a little bit of extra shield, why not? Same thing over here, bigger shield, same thing over here, and then down to Lord of Steel. Nothing else actually helped me, but I really want to take Steadfast so he doesn't take this, you know, to try and avoid him taking the stun. Otherwise, I would have gone down the support tree with him. Then we have Sepulchre Sentinel, which is in a Toxic set, because you know what? Without the Toxic set, I'm losing like 2-3 million damage. So, you know, this proved to be really useful. And the thing is, even though I'm not using Farrakhan the Fat, as you saw, his A2, and as I mentioned, I have enough poisons happening from the Toxics from Sepulchre because she gets 3 attacks in, plus the ally attacks, you know, the debuff is almost always full. I don't want to get that overflowing with poisons, and then, you know, not land the decrease attack and not land the HP burn from Geo. So that's why, you know, not having the A2 from Farrakhan has proven to be more consistent for me. Some things here that are really important for her are the Sniper Mastery and the Master Hexer, because she doesn't have a 100% chance to land it on the A1, and also I want a chance to extend it. So as an example, maybe if I don't land it on the first AoE, maybe I landed on the stun before the first AoE, and if Master Hexer procs, I have the decrease attack on for 3 turns, you know. That's something to keep in mind. These two masteries can be game-changing on people like Sepulchre, that, like I said, she only has, what, 60% chance to land decrease attack, so they can be game-changing. Same thing with, what is he? Let's start with Deacon. So same thing with Deacon, I have the same thing, Sniper and Master Hexer, because I want to have this leech on as much as possible, like, you know, all the time. I want it all the time, because if this one's not there, then we're not healing. If we're not healing, we're dying. This is the only way we can heal, unless we're under 50% HP and we can proc the Life Drinker. So again, same thing, War Master, Sniper and Master Hexer, and again, as I mentioned, I took Steadfast on him because he's the lead, and by having Steadfast, the clan boss sees this as a buff and he avoids hitting him. Unless he has, like, you know, a lot lower HP than the next person, he's not gonna get the stun and goes to the next one in the, you know, in the order of the team. And that's, like, you know, that's Farrakhan the Fat in my case. The next one is Geomancer. I have Geomancer in a Stalwart set, and oh, actually, wait, didn't show the build for him. I have Deacon in a Guardian set. So, you know, having Guardian actually brings us a little bit of damage mitigation. You know, absorbs 10% of the damage from the other allies. And he also heals himself by 10%. So this one's, you know, it's not the best set in the world, not the best pieces, but it's something. I still need to max out this one. Look at this. This is just so bad. And this one, look at this. I have an attack amulet. I just use this because he gave me double accuracy. These are his stats, again, 170 speed, it's overkill on the accuracy, so I could change some stuff later. Good HP, good defense. You're gonna see that nobody's crit capped, because my point is not to get crit capped, but to hit the 2800 defense and, you know, the survivability stats in the HP as well, to survive as long as possible, because that's how I'm doing damage. Through War Masters and through, you know, poisons and stuff like that, not through the actual hits. And also, you know, even though we're not crit capped, Farrakhan on the ally attack does increase crit rate, increase crit damage. So since we're talking about him, I have him in a reflex set, and I do have some revenge accessories on people. I want to get as many of these ones as possible, because the more I have, the higher chance I have to counterattack, because I don't have a designated counterattack champion in the team, such as Skullcrusher, Martyr, or Valkyrie. I definitely, you know, if I get some counterattacks, I'm not going to be upset about it. So he's in a reflex set, good defense, good HP, the right speed, decent enough accuracy. I honestly have accuracy for the A1. Since I'm not using the A2, I want the A1 because this is a decreased defense as well. Then Mastery is game now to War Master, and then the support tree actually took Cycle of Magic because, you know, if this one procs, I don't mind because I'm only using A1 and A3, so I want those ally attacks as often as possible. And at the same time, I took Lasting Gifts for a chance to extend that increased crit rate, increased crit damage, you know, a little bit extra damage, why not? Then the last one that I'm going to take after I finish the Masteries, I think is going to be Sniper, or one of the two, maybe Master Hexer to extend the decreased defense. If he lands it, let me see, did I miss anyone? Miscreant Monster, Parakin, Geomancer, Sepulcher, and Dick. I think Geomancer didn't show. Geomancer again is in a Stalwart. I think I was starting to show him, but for him I might think of something else. I might try to get Geomancer in a Stalwart set as well, in a Guardian set as well to get more damage mitigation, because he already provides damage mitigation with the passive. He already provides a lot of damage from, you know, the HP burn and the passive that procs that crazy damage. So, you know, he's just a solid champion for Ultra Knight, for clan boss in general, and Hygiene, you know, all boss encounters. I have Geomancer with War Master, and then, honestly, I had him before with Cycle of Magic. I do not want that, because with Cycle of Magic, if he procs this, then he's gonna use the HP burn at the wrong time. I always want him to place the HP burn before the first AoE, because I want to have that passive proc for the first and the second AoE. I don't really care about it for the stun, and you know, for the stun, when that happens, the HP burn ticks, but when the hit happens, the HP burn's not there. Therefore, I will not be reflecting damage from his passive, which happens, you know, he only reflects the, reflects damage, and you know, he can proc this part. And if the HP burn's not there, he's not gonna proc it. So you obviously want it for the AoEs where the clan boss hits multiple targets. During the stun, it only hits once, and that's about it. So yeah, the build 168, again, crazy, lots of accuracy, good HP, good defense, and yeah, these are the champions. This is a team. As I mentioned, it's not, you know, it's not your standard simple 4:3 ratio where I'm using Sepulcher to block the debuff and the stun, but I'm using it in a different way because that's what works for me. You know, this is the thing that works for me, and this is what helps me more, as I do not have any other increased defense champion or like a better ally protection champion to try and do it differently and make it affinity friendly. So therefore, for now, I'm just tanking the stun with Farrakhan, and that's about it. But yeah, as I mentioned, I'm gonna have the link of the clan boss team, this one over here. If you know, I'm just gonna share it, and I'm gonna post it in the description and pin comment. So if any one of you want to have a look at it or maybe build something similar, you can try it. Maybe you have somebody else that does ally protection or 4-turn, like I have Miscreated Monster, but you didn't have the right speed tune. Well, this is gonna be it for you. But yeah, this is gonna be this was a little bit of a longer one, but it's a clan boss team. I want to explain it, how I did it, why I did it, and you know, this hopefully will help you understand also why I did what I did for my team and why it works in the way that it works. Anyway, this is gonna be it for the video today, guys. As always, if you do enjoy my content, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel to see when I upload next, and I'm gonna see you on the next one. Peace, love, take care everyone. Bye guys.